frozen. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our show. Give me a minute.
I'm frozen. Oh, wow. I look. Oh,
And you're
good.
back.
Oof.
I'm Josh. This is DJ. I don't know what's up with that camera. Why it does that?
Miley Cyrus.
What's she thinking of?
This is
Shiny objects.
Log. Thinking of log.
Oh,
On my pitch.
that was. I don't like the fact that when it was my turn, you guys all put those cards down.
What?
That was mean. The Rainbow City.
Worst part is Sonya's the only one who wasn't trying to.
No, it was just rainbows and sunshine.
It's just right, rainbows and sun. Like she's the only one who put a nice card down, and just our cards made that one look bad.
It was so bad. You're just like, oh no, stay on that card. I'm like, no, DJ, wait, there's more.
Welcome back to the show. I'm DJ.
And I'm Josh.
Yep, he's not DJ.
I'm not DJ.
Nope, not DJ.
Clear as day.
Don't forget we have audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts and needs. We also go live every Tuesday and Wednesday between the hours of 10 and 12 on Tuesday and 4 and 6 on Wednesday. This month's charity, because it is back to school month.
It is.
The charity is Kids in Need Foundation, because, like I said, August is National Back to School Month, and they basically do what you imagine. They get kids who need book bags,
school supplies,
clothes, shoes, whatever your kid needs for school, they try to help out. They used to do a lot of stuff when I was a kid. Hold
book fairs,
hold fundraisers and stuff like that.
Well, there used to be a lot of fundraisers back in the day.
Before school, you could go to a little fundraiser event where you get in line, get a book bag full of stuff, so you could start school.
Public used to do it. Walmart used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Target.
But it's a good foundation. Check it out. The link will be down below.
Today's random fact is Canada is south of Detroit.
See,
that is so random.
What's this arm?
Apparently, it's like you can throw a rock into Canada from Detroit. It's so close.
I think the bay.
Yeah, there is.
There's a bay that separates it.
And I think that's what what's it called is? No, that's in New York, ain't it? When they go on the ferry to the falls.
I'm not sure.
Niagara Falls. That's it.
The last time I was in Canada.
You were in Canada?
Yeah.
You were hunting someone.
No, that was Louisiana. Canada, I went with my dad before my mom had passed away, so I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7.
Was your dad smuggling?
Huh?
Was your dad smuggling?
Was my dad smuggling? No.
I think your dad going to Canada, he's bringing merchandise back or something.
No, we were in North Dakota visiting my mom's mom.
Oh, you can throw a rock into Canada.
So we just drove over to go check Canada out, and it was a lot like America. There was grass, there was land, asphalt.
Just felt cleaner.
Yeah, just people were a little bit nicer. The malls were dead.
The sun was shining.
Yeah,
the sun was shining more.
The sun was out.
Nice donut shops.
There was no smog.
It smelled like maple.
That's racist.
They have maple trees all over the place.
Can't just be like, oh, you smell like maple.
Their cops are on horses.
Right.
They mount them. So we call them mounties.
They have cars. You jerk. Like they're not just.
Nope, just think of the red coats.
Just the red coats and the hats and the horse.
Apparently, it's easy getting into Canada. It's hard getting out.
Right. They'll let you in, no problem. They don't letting you out. That's the issue.
I just remember that from the 70s show where they took it to Canada for beer and they couldn't get back his Fez. Lost his green card. He's like, oh, it's in my sock.
It kills me, right? Because in my head, right, it's like 3 nations in our continent, right? It's Canada, the U.S., and Mexico.
That makes up North America. Yes.
Right, North America. It should just be North America, right? Like just do all three. Everybody's
Oh, because like South America has like their own countries, and that's it.
Right. Well, Europe's the same way. Europe's, it's like four different countries. There's
Yeah, but I
actually
think
a lot
even
more
like
than four,
Ireland and Greenland are part of Europe. I mean, they're islands.
Scotland.
Yeah, all the islands are part of Europe.
You know.
And then it goes Russia.
And Russia. Right. Germany.
No, it goes Asia. Russia's in Asia.
Ugh.
See, that's split up too.
Yeah. Everything's just split.
And if you throw a rock, you hit Africa. And if you want to time travel, you go to Australia.
I just don't think people can throw rocks that far. You and these rocks that you think
I know,
are professional baseball players throwing these rocks?
Maps lie to you. You're like, oh, we're this far away. Like, we should be there in no time.
You just step right over that little pond.
Yeah, right. Be there in no time.
Fucking ridiculous. Oh, Jesus Lord. What do we got for news today?
All right. A top Harvard astronomer is studying UFOs thanks to the parts of the Pentagon report when they released this footage from the Air Force.
Actually, we saw this on Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of astronomers and stuff like that do study, UFOs and things like that, but they don't announce it because they're afraid of being thought crazy.
I remind you, there's a difference between aliens and UFOs.
Right.
UFOs are just unidentified flying objects, which could be from debris to other nations not telling us they have special things.
Right.
Or our own army not telling us we have special things. They found one in space, too. It was around the sun. Because, the absence of light is how they see the objects and shit.
Right. For all we know, it's the TARDIS up there.
No, they're saying it was, the way it was moving couldn't be an asteroid because the way the light reflected off of it.
Right.
And it's like, and it was moving too wildly. Because, asteroids have no tail, comets have tails.
Right.
From the tails are just from the cold going into the space, and that's where you get the tail from a comet compared to an asteroid. And so it couldn't be a comet, and it wasn't an asteroid. And the way the surface is thin, like a piece of metal, a thin piece of metal like in a satellite.
You have to think there's no resistance, right? So
yeah, the way they have to study shit is about how the light bounces off something.
Right. So it's like
crazy.
So it's like when it's moving through space, it's got but it's got a preset trajectory.
Oh yeah, from the gravitational pull around.
Right. It's going whichever way it's going. It's not moving around.
Einstein's theory of relativity.
Right. Once in motion, an object will stay in motion.
And because it's dampening the space, it goes on the trajectory because there's no other gravitational pull pulling it.
So at that point,
if I kick you in the nuts on the moon,
you fly away. Yeah. I mean,
there's gravity all over the place in space. They just don't tell you.
Gravitational pull.
So you got it coming from that planet, from this asteroid. It could come from an asteroid.
I mean, technically, the sun
itself
has its own gravitational pull,
which is why we're in orbit around it.
Which is why us and all the other planets, including Pluto. Pluto's still a planet.
He comes every now and then.
He's
like herpes.
But
But they're studying it.
Hey,
you went away again. God damn it.
Oh, I'm frozen again? Yeah. At least they can hear me.
It's being stupid.
I don't really look good today anyhow, so at least they can hear me. But yeah, scientists get a lot of horse shit when they try to, there's aliens and stuff like that.
Well, again, you talk about it. The universe is so vast to think that we're the only intelligent
life.
Right.
100 billion solar systems with 100 million billion planets.
And we're the only one.
And we're the only one that's able to sustain life.
Or go into space.
Or go into space or anything like that. That's like watching Jurassic Park. You remember The Fly? Life finds a way. Right? Think about it that way. There's no way that we're the only intelligent life in the universe. Frozen again?
Yes. I don't know why.
Wonder where Steve is today.
I don't know, but this is making me very upset.
Maybe because we didn't get on Wednesday. He thought he won. It's like, oh look, he didn't come back. You hurt Josh's feelings so bad that he wouldn't do Wednesday show.
It was so funny though what he said. Come on, pick up the camera.
I like how you didn't get My Little Pony and he had to
spell
it out for you.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh On our second news, Peyton Manning enters the Hall of Fame, focusing on furthering football. I'm not done with this game.
I mean, as far as everybody's concerned, he's too old to play.
I guess he wants to. I don't know what he wants to do
He
with
could
it.
coach. You know, he could go and be one of those announcers.
Stop freezing.
Um,
We're going to end the show. We're going to end the show. You just keep freezing. It's making me mad.
well, don't worry about
I have to. You're frozen with your mouth open.
it. Nah.
I don't.
Did you hit the camera? I think it's aiming way too high now.
Yeah, now it is.
But I mean, as far as Peyton Manning go, right? I'll keep talking while you're trying to. You want me to adjust it so they don't have. But I don't know. When it comes to football, our friend Bob is the leading expert, right? But remember, Shaq didn't want to be done with basketball, so he became like one of the announcer guys, you know?
Oh yeah, no, when they retire.
Right. It actually happens to a lot of professional athletes. Right? Jeff Gordon did the same thing for NASCAR. He went
Did he?
Yeah, he went from driving and stuff like that to actually announce it, which most of the courses are just left turns.
He's making a left turn.
Right, but NASCAR does in fact have some road courses.
Oh yeah. Well, you would think the people who did the sport for so many years,
right, are the best people
to
announce it. Yeah, but some people just don't have that like gift of gab. Right, it's a hard thing to keep talking while motherfuckers are just making left turns. Like, look, he turned left, great there.
I was thinking the same thing about wrestling commentary. Like you're watching as it happens. He's like, he put him in the.
Oh look, he suplexed him through the table.
Yeah, like.
But see, that's not true because there's a lot of good announcers for wrestling that really made.
Jerry the King Lawyer.
Right, yeah, Jerry the King Lawyer. Not a lot of people remember the King Lawyer because that was back when we were kids.
Oh no, I got a wrestling kick because my coworker likes the new wrestling and it's PG since 2008.
Right.
And I'm like, no man, I like the Attitude Era. I like the Invasion. When WCW and ECW came to WWF.
That's like Cena's gone now.
He came back.
Is he back?
Yeah, the last for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
so they bring they're smart with marketing. They did it with The Rock at WrestleMania a couple of years ago with Ronda Rousey. They bring back the superstars.
I think her last name is Rousey.
Rousey?
Yeah, Ronda Rousey.
They bring back these superstars. So SummerSlam's coming up, and then so he came back, and this other guy was supposed to sign a contract. He knocked him out and signed it. So now he's going to be at SummerSlam.
Right.
So I think that's to sell tickets. And now since COVID, they can sell tickets now.
Right.
So that they're smart at marketing. Like Vince McMahon went from his dad not having televised wrestling until Vince McMahon becoming a billionaire off marketing.
Well, it really, as far as the COVID thing goes, that's really where you are right now.
Well, it's acting up again too.
Like
hospitals are closed.
Yeah.
Schools have to have mandatory masks.
It's because they took masks and stuff away.
Apparently, there's like another variant, like it mutated. I guess like a common cold, you get a flu shot every year.
Goddamn hands! Don't touch your face. Like how simple is that?
Well, it's not even that. It's like the cold or the flu. It changes every.
Right, but
now this is just changing why it's still happening.
Right, but like just like that, it's like don't breathe on motherfuckers. Like
no.
Don't share your drinks. Like it's simple things.
Things you're taught.
Right. Like don't fucking do that, But
it's still a serious disease. My sister just got out of the hospital and is recovering at home, and now her husband's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And you can't go see him.
No.
All hospitals are closed.
They're just there by themselves. And like that's the worst part. I've got fears of hospitals. Like if I gotta go to the hospital by myself for a couple of weeks.
Doctor's appointments too.
I'm fucking I'm scared as fuck. So,
but again, it's like now they're telling you the numbers. So is there another conspiracy to invoke the vaccine kind of thing? Like now they're sharing more numbers than that. Like, West Virginia went up another 1,000 cases, and this was it. Sheriff's Department says if you get a vaccine, you get to see a free movie. Like, and that one state's doing a lottery.
$100 to everybody who gets vaccinated.
So it's like, are they because COVID's been going on still? They just shut up about it,
Right.
and now they're showing you more numbers. Now, is it to push the vaccine?
It's like, then the next problem is you got people get their vaccine. It's like, oh, I don't have to wear my mask or practice safe social distancing or none of that. I'm good
you
to
still
go.
can be a carrier.
I'm great to go, and you can still get it again
Technically,
later
it's
on.
in your system.
You know, so
It doesn't leave.
I wear my mask no matter what. I don't give a fuck, vaccinated or not. Wear my shit. Wash my hands. Don't breathe on people. Don't
That's
get it done. But congratulations to Peyton Manning. Like, I'm surprised it took this long to get him because he's a great quarterback.
He was in that commercials.
Yeah,
The nationwide commercial.
Like, it takes some time because I think they only do like one person every year.
They do the same thing like the wrestling. You know? They do like the class of 2021, class of 2020.
So it's like, it takes time for them to
they have to go through
the
what's it called, people? Board of directors.
Right, and talk about stats and compare,
No offense to people who like, but Tom Brady, as soon as he retires, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, they probably...
like the moment he's like, I'm retired, the next day he's...
They won't wait on Brady, probably, unfortunately.
I think Brett Favre.
What we got next? I see Johnny Depp over here. What's Johnny in the news again for?
He
I know he got beat up by his wife.
My camera went out.
Now your camera friend. So I know he got beat up by his wife.
No, he received the San Sebastian Film Fest Lifetime Achievement Award or honor.
Oh, well, that's nice. So you get your ass kicked, you get an award.
Yeah.
Did Disney ever pick him back up?
No, he's suing his wife.
Oh, okay, so now he's suing his wife for Disney kicking him out of.
For ruining his career.
See, and that's nice. I know people. Bitch, you wouldn't have made it out
and
here
the
to ruin.
judge agreed to it. They took the case.
Right. So now, that makes me wonder: is he not going to get pirates back at all, or is it like so?
I don't know. What's they casted?
Captain Jack Sparrow is just dead now.
Who did they cast? Jennifer Lawrence. They casted some other girl.
For Jack Sparrow.
Something like that.
Jack Sparrow's a man.
I can't fix it. I have to shut the whole thing down and reboot it.
It doesn't want to come back at all.
For it to recognize it, you have to shut it down, turn it back on.
Why did mine work?
Because yours is different. I don't think I have OBS.
We're halfway through.
Okay, I do. But yeah, he got an achievement. He's a great actor, though.
I don't know, and then he's been in goddamn near everything Tim Burton does.
Oh.
Everything Tim Burton touches, it's like Tim's wife and Johnny are in.
That's it.
And then even some things like the Harry Potter series, they were both in it. No, I don't think Johnny was Johnny. Oh, that's right.
He was in
He was. I forget which one he was in, but he was in one of them.
He was in what's it called?
Fantastic Beasts.
Where to find him?
Right.
The second one.
But he wasn't in any of the actual Harry Potters.
No, he was in a prequel.
Now I know she was in the Harry Potters. Tim Burton's wife.
Yeah, she was the what's it called?
She was Sirius's crazy bitch ass sister.
Yep.
Crazy as fuck. But she's pretty much crazy in every movie she's in.
That's true.
Fight Club, Psycho.
There, I cheated.
There, you cheated.
Yeah, I use OBS as a virtual cam. It worked.
Oh, there you go. You can actually see a little better on that one.
Yeah.
Looks like the lights are on.
Okay. Can figure it.
For the few viewers that are here, right?
Sorry about that.
It looks very bright to you guys.
It's dark in here.
But it's dark. Like the rest of the room's fucking pitch black.
There you go.
Like I don't even.
Josh figures out technology.
I don't even understand how that. Oh, did you turn yours down so you don't look so bright?
Yeah.
Probably should have just left it up.
No, because the resolution and stuff when it renders.
But no, so Johnny, like I don't know, getting your ass kicked.
See,
And
Disney,
then
like I said,
losing your whole
Disney and
career.
CW, we talked about this in the past. Like they jumped too quickly.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, you're fired.
Oh, you're
we don't
fired.
like we like the bad press. and
Shoot first, ask questions later.
We're never hiring Hannah Montana again.
You know. The worst
Or
part
they
is
don't
like,
want to push Deadpool or whatever. You know, Free Guy's a Disney movie.
the worst part is like if you believe some of the things they say, right? Because like a lot of the child stars that they kick out.
Oh, they
right,
breach
it's-
contract on purpose.
Right. Because
They're
because
tired
of
of the
shit,
brainwash, yeah.
right, that they're having to do, and then Disney turns around and like slays them.
Nickelodeon does it too. It's a formula.
know.
That's why you don't get more than 3 seasons of a show, unless it's a cartoon, because they're getting too old.
That's just so crazy.
Carly had like 3 or 4 seasons. Victorious, that's on Nickelodeon. The Hannah
Everybody's
Montana.
like, "Yay, Disney!" But Disney, boy, they like.
They're
If you
different.
hear some of the shit that I've heard,
It's
okay,
bad.
their reputation is horrible.
Their leader was a Nazi.
Well, it's like Kim used to have family that worked there, and you hear stories, boy.
Oh, they're strict.
Strict's not even like the word for it. Like it's just absolutely insane. Between being strict, like some of them got to live on camp, like on Disney grounds.
And
and
what's
stuff
his
like
name?
that.
Disney's apartment's still there. He had an apartment on Disneyland and it's still there.
It's just crazy to think some of the dark secrets that Disney has that a lot of
You
people
mean
don't.
like the dick on Little Mermaid?
Right. That one was funny. If
Racist Lion King. Like
well, the dick on the Little Mermaid cover, you know why that happened, right?
he got fired, and
Because they fired him,
And so he's like, "I got you."
and then they kept all of his shit,
Yeah, so they put that
right? So they put a golden dick, and of course Disney wasn't really looking,
Oh no, it was back in the day.
So they just put it on through. Like if you got an old copy of Little Mermaid
I mean,
for
like
the VHS,
original
right?
before
and
the
you,
recall.
and you look real closely, there's a golden penis in the background, like just
Oh, there is.
in the towers, just blending in.
And like you said, Disney doesn't even own really IP other than Mickey and them. They just steal kids' stories and they take the copyright
Right.
from it.
Change it just a tidbit and
Yeah, like
animate
Peter
it.
Pan
and-
wasn't like that.
No.
Like Little Mermaid was actually
He was kidnapping children.
Little Mermaid was about a guy and a girl, or a guy actually being a mermaid, being gay and shit. Like
Right.
there's a lot.
Stealing sailors and things like that.
There's sirens. They
Sirens,
fucking run them into the fucking. Well, I think there was a shipwreck.
Well, they'd lead them in with their songs. The sing.
Yeah.
I think that's the only bit that they kept. Right.
He crashed.
Is them leading him in with the song.
The only thing that Little
Yeah.
Mermaid taught me is the perfect woman doesn't speak. So
Yeah. Good luck with that.
she didn't. He married her. Never said a fucking word.
Never said a fucking
Never
word.
said a fucking word.
She took Ariel. Well, that's not true.
He heard her sing once in the beginning.
And that was it.
And then she was ungrateful. So she went to the witch. And the witch took her voice because apparently that's how you get guys. Because she's an octopus, not a mermaid. And she's like, I want to be a siren.
Jesus. All right, what do we? That all started with Johnny Depp.
He's such a great actor, though.
All started with Johnny Depp.
He's
and
such a
then-
good method actor. You know, because you like Will Smith plays Will Smith. Johnny Depp does not. He goes in whatever fucking character he's in.
Right.
You're not like, oh look, Johnny Depp playing another Johnny Depp role. Like,
Yeah,
nah, that motherfucker had
Johnny
a
Depp's
penis
not-
nose and walrus. Like,
Johnny Depp's not Jim Carrey, right? So like while he becomes who he's playing,
he plays that character
right?
perfectly.
He plays that character, but then once the cameras stop rolling, he's Johnny Depp.
He's Johnny Depp again.
right?
Well, the
Jim-
most character he plays is, of course, Captain Jack.
right?
Because
So-
he could just turn the accent on like that.
So, but that's the thing, like with Jim Carrey,
Oh, he does it opposite.
right? Once he's like if he's the Grinch,
He's the Grinch.
he's the Grinch until the makeup comes off.
Should have seen the Dumb and Dumber. How many pranks he pulled on everyone.
Like that's the whole thing.
The only
Once
good
he's
one was
there,
the
he's
only
there.
good one was Truman Show because he was a regular person.
And even then, people were upset about it because he's an asshole.
How about Bruce Almighty when he was God?
I'm sure that made.
He's like, bring me this, I'm God.
I imagine the cable guy. That's probably where it started.
Poor Matthew, what's his name?
Yeah,
The guy from What is it? Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, Ferris Bueller. He was also
That's
in
such a great movie.
Godzilla 2000, one where they were in New York and stuff.
Oh, when they
People
fought the
hate
Raptors.
that fucking movie.
When they fought the Raptors?
Right, yeah, but I liked it. I thought it
I
was
liked
great.
it.
You know,
Those are like one of the first English Godzillas. Like, and it explained like it was a iguana or whatever from a nuclear site. But then the real version is that it's a monster of the...
From the center of the earth, blah, blah, blah. All right, what we got next?
Bam Margera, sorry. His real name is, because his dad's Phil, I think.
That's Phil.
Bam Margera sues Jackass Forever team over his firing due to mental health disability.
So I was reading about this.
He took a drug test and they fired him.
Well, no, that's not.
That's what it said. I'm saying.
That's
one of them.
What I was reading is that he was claiming that they made him sign a what it's called a wellness contract, right? Where they wanted him to see therapists and stuff like that. Which, listen, okay, to get hit in the nuts with a giant hand and bag full of flour and some of the shit they do, you've got to be a little crazy. Okay.
Well, that's true, but half the team are recovering alcoholics and drug addicts.
Right, and that's
they turn their life around and stuff.
That's understandable and stuff like that. But the thing is the therapist put Bam on different drugs. They didn't take him off of drugs.
No, he's still taking precautions.
They put him on different drugs, and Bam didn't like the way that those drugs were making him. Right, so I guess when he stopped taking those drugs, he got fired. And
he's suing over mental disability something. Like you can't fire someone over their mental health or whatever.
Right. And you got to think when he lost.
Well, that was years ago.
Yeah.
Well, he was still dealing with it, and his uncle died.
That's what I'm saying.
It was on Dr. Phil. It was on another one. How his mom was.
Yeah. It's been rough.
What was his mom doing? Like butting in his life too much when he needed space. Like she redid the castle and was trying to make it into like an Airbnb, and he's like, no, I'm going to live here. What the hell did you do to my castle?
Right.
It was like a whole bunch of stuff. Like she was like enabling him, and then his wife was doing the same thing when he's like, give me some space, and then she would come over. And like Dr. Phil's like, hey, if he's asked for space, you kind of gotta give him some space.
Right, you gotta give it to him. Like, let him do this.
He's trying to deal with his own demons the way he can. I understand if you want to give him an intervention, but you're fucking up his ass. Like, and that triggers him. So you're doing it on purpose.
Right. Well, then it's like even with that, like the Jackass.
Well, I remember. Did you see the special when he was just in the basement trying to edit the last documentary he was trying to do with Ryan was in it,
right?
And he couldn't get through it.
Couldn't finish.
But he kept watching footage of Ryan, and like he couldn't.
Right. I'm telling you, it's mental illness, man.
Then he said he felt when he died.
That's why we.
In a news interview, he was like, at 12 something, I started bashing the windows inside this limo. This rage came over me. And then they called me and saying that Ryan died.
That's why we do the wellness month and stuff like that, man. Because it's rough, Fuck, I have days where I'm just like,
too. It was before filming. It's not like he came to set drunk, or came to set fucked up, and you're like, oh, God, we gotta get rid of you. You're
right. Go sit down somewhere.
You didn't even get to the point of filming before you got rid of him. Like you knew in your head you didn't want him, and that's bullshit. Like, he was already set up to fail.
Set up for failure.
Oh, because of Paramount.
But he'll work through it, I'll do later on in life. He'll be somewhere else thinking back on it. It's like, fuck, I was rough. Glad I got my shit together.
He probably opened some kind of, rehab facility to help other people.
Do something.
Our next news. Xbox Cloud Gaming launches its beta form on PC for Game Pass Unlimited members. So what this is a streaming service for your PC and your phone and anything that's Windows, basically. Oh no, it's on Apple too. Like you can, if you own your Game Pass, you can play your games on any of your devices.
So basically, you just have to buy Game Pass, and then you have an Xbox 360 or
Xbox One,
or
if
Xbox
your computer
One.
Can handle the graphics, yes. Well, the Game Pass has all of them, so you have the new Xbox games to Xbox One.
So, because you got Windows, you just put.
Well, if your computer can handle it. Like, so if you have a gaming PC,
you just put Xbox on there.
But they also say you can do it from your phone. And I think how they're doing it is because you're not playing on your computer, you're playing on their servers. There's a website you can go to. It's called like Borrow Someone's PC, and you pay monthly, and you can play gaming stuff on your computer. No, your computer can't handle it because you're running their computer. So it's like
PC.
yeah. So it's basically just projecting
They just
the graphics and everything.
They come home to get on their computer. There's just mountains of porn because you've been borrowing their PC, watching fucking.
No, you can only play games on it. So they're doing the same kind of thing that this other long thing is doing.
How'd your PC die? Somebody watched 78 hours of fucking anal porn.
So that's how they're stepping up their game now.
I see. You know,
Because you still can play on your if you have your Xbox next to you, you can go on your computer and play. You're streaming it from like we do with PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, but
So
this is from the cloud.
I feel like everything's like when they do new stuff. You know, it takes people time, but they find ways to fuck that up.
Oh, remember you said that when we read the article Netflix is going to do in 2022?
Right. What?
Play the gaming thing.
Oh yeah. Like, but I'm saying, like, you know, there are people who be like, oh, I got on and I did this when I did it, so now I glitched it out. I get all the fucking shit free. I don't have to have an Xbox. I haven't paid for a game in 30 some years, and
Yeah, but
you know,
you make buku money on that fucking monthly pass.
well, it's like mine. I've got like 2 years worth of free games just on my like 200 games.
But it's
just
only
on my
your
PlayStation.
PS4.
Right.
See, here you can play it on your.
Yeah, but I could turn around and sell my PS4 or sell the profile to my PS4. That's like I've got all the shit from Apex, all the trophies, all the
but
games.
after this thing's come out, they don't want your shit because they
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Like you said, it's like
They don't want
Netflix
my
and all
shit
that. No
anyways.
one buys DVDs no more because
Right.
you can just.
Do it yourself.
You know, you can watch it on. It's going to be on Amazon, Hulu,
Right.
or Netflix,
Paramount,
Netflix, HBO Max,
Disney Plus. It's somewhere you can find it.
Comic books are now on your tablet.
Right, but like that's the next problem. Now you got to get all the services.
Yeah, if you want, just watch anything.
You know, it's like $500.
But you still spend 4 hours going through too many choices.
I do. Right. I always have that problem. Like, sit down for dinner. I'm like, fuck, what do I want to watch?
Like, sometimes you pick some bangers, like
You know,
like randomly. You just like, okay, that's there. Click. I'm like, what the hell?
Ghostbusters.
Well,
too.
just like this. And you're like, I'm gonna go lay down. Like, no, you started the movie.
Right.
It's
you know.
such a good movie.
I do that with shows on you guys sometimes too. I'm like, you know what? Here's a random show. Let's
I start getting into
Parking
it.
Wars. Like, who the fuck wants to watch
Well, that's the
Parking
thing, you don't
Wars?
gotta watch in order. It's like watching the 70s show until season 7, and then
Right.
there's a story. But like it's like random episode.
Oh man,
Like Storage Wars are like it's the same algorithm.
Shipping Wars.
Like I hate watch it. Like so they're gonna show this scene, and then they're gonna show this thing. Okay, now they're on the what's it called? The booting. So the show's almost over.
right.
It's the same segments. It's like so annoying, but it's like it works. People get into it.
No, I
Same
find
thing with the car shows. Every car show. I mean, like when they restore
the
something.
history of pirates.
That was good.
You know, some of the documentaries I make them watch. Dinosaur 13. That come out of
I
nowhere.
was not a dinosaur.
It's oh man.
He just like
I'm like
I like dinosaurs.
yeah, dinosaur. You know, I'm thinking maybe it's like 13th Ghost, but with dinosaurs, right? Like
Woo!
13
They
dinosaurs. You
have
know,
feathers.
no. It was a documentary about how a couple of scientists got fucked. I mean, just railed.
Oh my god!
Just railed.
And that guy fucking got on top.
You know, yeah, and just
Fucking $6 million
Rode him.
tax fucking free.
rode him into the ground. You know, what'd you do? And the worst part is it shows the point on recording where they got fucked, right? And right when it happens, you're just shaking your head, right?
Yeah.
Because you know they're about to get boned, and that's not a pun. Boned literally
They got
so hard, right?
It was
Oh, it was nasty, you know. And you don't think about it. It's some scientists digging up some bones, like blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah, they did that fucking what's it called? Cops to them. When you just fucking threw threw charges against the wall to see which one sticks.
Right. Just threw
And
everything.
That was bullshit.
Threw everything at the wall until they found something that.
And they took what's it called? They took stuff that had nothing to do with that dinosaur too, which means that it shouldn't even be in evidence because it had nothing to do with it. And then they got it for that. Yeah. Oh, you transported from China? That's illegal.
Even though it was bought and paid for in China and stuff like that.
Like they got him. He's like, I had to bring $15,000 in cash.
They got him because there was no forms. Or they couldn't find forms.
It was the forms. And they fucking remember the prison guard looked at it?
Right.
He's like, why you pissed someone off?
Right.
Because the FBI couldn't get him.
You were arrested for,
Steve's back.
Oh, Steve.
Here's my thought. Two young Viking men, ungroomed beards, a long day at the battlefield, and walks in a blonde time. And walks a blonde. Okay. It's about to get weird. Last news.
Steve's back.
Steve's back.
We missed you, Steve. We missed you.
Florida man accused of biting off a man's ear at a hotel.
Or he just Mike Tyson the shit out of somebody?
Apparently this guy is accused of biting off a part of a man's ear during a fight at the Stock Islands Hotel in Florida Keys.
Bro, I'm telling you, you do what you got to do. If you got to bite off somebody's fucking ear.
You will remember me.
To get out of there. That's right. You will remember me every day.
I might have lost that fight, but I got your fucking ear.
I got your ear, bitch.
Every time you go to a bar and they ask, hey, are you missing?
I feel like if someone bit my ear off, I'd just start thrashing around like an alligator. I could just freak out and be like, oh, get off my ear, bitch,
That's emotionally traumatizing. I'm
Almost.
telling you, you're going to remember the day. You're going to go to a bar and people will be like, hey, what happened to your ear? And you got to remember that every fucking day you look in the mirror and brush your teeth, you got to remember you fucking got bit off.
Just lost your shit because of a fight. And then you ended up in the news. Right? Like, how bad is it to you got to
end up... They didn't even mention you. They just mentioned the guy that bit it.
Oh, be careful because of the victim,
Oh, well, fuck the victim.
I'm just saying, like, what did the victim do
to get his ear bit?
To get his ear fucking bit off.
Well, you remember what Jason said to you? I feel like I'm going to lose you. I'm going to gut you like a fish.
Right.
Because even when you're tired, you got 100-pound arms anyway.
See, that's that kind of shit that scares me, right? It's like we'll start out a fist fight and you're losing. The next thing I got shot because you like, But I guess the same way, like I'd pick up a fucking table, a whole table, and just beat the hell out of you with it, or a car.
It was just the thought of you two lumberjacks grunting and sweating together over a blonde steed. Why do you think of us this way?
I don't know.
Jeez, you need to stop thinking.
Steve, if there's something you want to tell us, we're always here for you, buddy.
We're freaking deep.
We accept you the way you are.
Steve.
Steve.
Steve's gonna win the contest.
Steve's gonna win. We didn't have a contest. Steve wins.
Next one we get, fucking Steve.
Next one we win. Steve wins.
Fucking right. Steve wins.
Steve's there. He's the winner. So what are we talking about today?
All right. Well, Twilight Rice Cookie's on a order. What was that shit called?
Yeah, it's on a hiatus.
Hiatus.
She's been very busy as of late, so we haven't had any new.
She's in between jobs.
New exciting foods.
We did have. What is this Sunday you guys had? She said that would be part of it. I didn't eat on Sunday.
It was eggplant.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't like eggplant, so I wasn't. I made her take it to work and feed it to the girls.
Did you?
Yeah, I was. I'm just not an egg. Like I just don't like.
Today she's making. I don't know. I saw the crock pot.
I think it's pulled pork sandwiches, probably.
Well, we had some killer fucking. Well, I guess DJ's favorite thing is biscuits with cheese, egg, and gravy.
So
on
Sunday we had the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster. With some. See, they went a little rogue on me.
Well, they put egg in it.
Right. So there's this place, and I forget what it's called, Eggs Benedict or something like that, where you take the biscuit, you put the home fries, you put the piece of ham, put the eggs, put the gravy on top, make it all together. Right. I just wanted some, just the biscuit with some gravy and maybe a few eggs on the side. And when I said that, of course, both the girls, they went completely rogue. And it's like, we're going to be fancy, which is fine. It was still delicious, right?
Like that one fancy food
but it is you know, it was above and beyond my expectations.
I filled up.
You know, it was delicious.
They did you a lot. He's like, you guys don't want some of this? Like,
The worst part is 2 of them went to waste because I couldn't eat it.
I could barely eat the last one. It was so good though.
But again, it was delicious.
Oh yeah.
There's a place out in Okeechobee that that's all they make all day. Is that?
They give you the recipe, but there isn't one because they went rogue.
Right. No, there is actually a recipe.
Is there?
Yeah,
not the way we ate it.
You know. No, well, okay, so the cheddar biscuit, normally you just use regular biscuits.
Yeah. So
you wouldn't use the cheddar biscuits.
If you're listening, you get biscuits, cheese, ham, and egg, and they put it all on the biscuit, open
the biscuit, put it all inside.
And then they put gravy on top.
Close the biscuit, put sausage gravy on top.
And then you bite in.
Biggity bam, ready to eat.
Me and Bob did it correctly. Like, we ate our first biscuits and we put the second to the side, but the second still had gravy all over it. Like it was by itself. Like we didn't eat the gravy on top of it. We left it just for that biscuit.
Just for that biscuit.
It was delicious.
I was just eating.
Like, yeah, she's in between job things at work and different positions, and
she's busy. You don't need to give them all that information. That's just it's like
we're in diets.
It's like when women don't feel good and they're like it's coming up both ends. You just say under the weather.
She feels under the weather.
Right,
She's busy.
Realistically, bitches in there throwing up, making crazy noises and all kinds of stuff. I heard her throw up for the first time in 7 years the other day.
Really?
Well, I've just never heard it.
You got drunk together and fucking heard it?
No, I don't. I quit drinking.
In 7 years.
And she didn't drink when I was drinking.
Oh, she didn't?
No. She didn't drink when I was drinking, and I don't drink when but she didn't drink that much either.
One of you have to be sober.
Right. One of us has got to have a level head. But she just wasn't feeling good and threw up because she was having migraines and stuff. Gets her.
That'll do it.
And man, it sounded like Lily, the Velociraptor. Fucking.
So me telling you about where that's too much, but this is okay to talk about.
Oh yeah, I guess that's probably a little much to.
Then I'm trying to go on diet or portion control.
You don't talk about work things on live, That's like we don't talk about your work things just because.
We did.
But to an extent, we try to keep it to a dull roar just in case one of them sees it and it's like, oh, fuck you, Josh, da da da. So
but she's been busy, so she hasn't been home in time.
Right.
And she's tired but it's a long day.
13-hour days. So
we'll be back soon. We're gonna try some more. It's chapter 2 of the wife's cookie will come soon.
As soon as she's able to get home decent time on a Monday,
I know it was really late.
It'll pick back up. Yeah, it was later last night than normal.
All right, today's topic is. I thought this was a pretty good one. Can you think of any technology that has only made the world worse? It's actually a two-parter. I only used the first. The second one's better.
Any technology that only made the world worse?
I have a couple.
You have a couple?
Well, it's both good and bad.
All right, well, let's hear what I think.
The internet.
The internet? Porn.
Well, no, they made it better.
That made it better.
I mean, well, look at
you can find all of her conspiracy theories.
Well, no, there's the two-parter. It's good because if we want to look up Einstein's theory of relativity, we don't have to go to a library. We can type it in. We can do our own research. We can learn on our own levels. YouTube can show you everything you need to know.
Get more.
And we just look at TikToks and cat videos.
Wow, I like cat videos.
I always tell people, in your phone, you literally have an entire library of knowledge at the touch of your fingers. Meaning we don't have to go rent a book. We don't have to go to, you come for your own home. You don't have to go to a laboratory.
Right. You don't have to get the newspaper every morning.
Yeah, we don't use it to our advantage. We use it for dumb shit and entertainment mostly.
Right.
So that's the worst part. The best part is you can look at conspiracies and that. And plus, because of the internet and social media is now propaganda too much. You don't know what's fake news, what's real news, stuff like that.
What's actually going on, what they're just telling you.
Because back in the day during World War II, library, not library. My sister put library, not library. Like what? Liberty. Liberty? I don't know. I mean, I see. Anyways.
I mean, I see. He's just hungry.
Correct me, the freaking grammar Nazi.
He's just, you know, I am too. I get you all the time.
That's her, though.
You know.
But it's like pillow and pillow. Like pillow.
Pillow and
Yeah.
pillow. Pillow and pillow.
Because I put library like a
There, and there, you know.
Library. Not library.
Library.
But, you know, like, but back in the day, like World War II, whatever the newspaper says, what the newspaper said.
Right.
That's it. That's what we believe.
Well, that's like, what was it? Attack of the Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
on
that?
On
the radio.
If you tuned in too late.
Right. But you didn't know
You're
that
like,
it
what
was.
the fuck's going on out there?
You thought it was actually happening.
That's twice that happened. It was the day the Earth stood still, and then the attack on Mars or some shit like that. It happened twice.
See, I don't know about the second one. All I know is about.
But the day the Earth stood still.
You know, it was right. It was the radio. The radio showed.
They're
took
just
it a
reading the
little
book.
too far.
Yeah, they're reading the book.
And you know, people were getting the information thinking it was the news.
Like I said, it was so much easier to control back then. And
Right.
now they're trying to do the same thing, but now because of the internet and social media, they can't.
Everybody's got phones,
So that's
cameras.
good now. Yeah, like the Boston bombing, the guy put his head down first. Like, how the
Right.
fuck did he know the bomb was about to go off? What do you mean it's not set up? He ducked. He covered his ears. Like,
He
what do
knew.
you mean? Or the wars, you know, the most famous conspiracy is 9/11. Like, the jet disappeared. Like, why did it
Yeah.
come down straight? So, like, you know, stuff like that makes it better and good. But I think the internet and social media and smartphones made the world stupider. You don't believe me?
It made y'all dumb.
They canceled Trump like, on Twitter and Facebook, like
That's funny.
because it went too far.
It's just not- it is too
Do you
far.
have any technology that's worse? It's not video games.
Yeah, no. I see. To me, video games good stress reliever, great for social media. More
Oh, my
bullies.
sister said social media makes more bullies.
No, it see
Cyber bullies.
cyber bullies, right? Because
Cap-
like you
Cap-
still won't come up to me in the street and say shit if you've got half a brain. Like I've never met the motherfucker, not since school, right? Like when we were in school,
They
I
were.
got picked on all the time.
Well, they
Right.
had groups.
Right.
They were numbers.
Well, it's not even
Like
that.
that random
It's-
short case. Say,
it's
hey,
just-
fucking dumbass. Like
it's just they could get away with it because of the
they were
teachers,
the teacher.
right? And that's what they do. Like I'd have kids run up, smack me in the side of the head, literally, and physically abuse me, and then run over to the teacher
Because you can't do nothing.
because I can't do nothing.
Well, you could.
Well, I could, but I chose not to.
Oh, the ones that thought you were the teacher.
You know, right?
That's-
That
that's
joke's
so-
old. You've been using that joke for 2 weeks now. It's
I
not,
know
it's
it's the
not funny
program, but
anymore.
they said he was the biggest kid in class.
You
Though.
know, but that's that's that shit I'm talking about. But like in the streets,
But now, though, because
You
of
know.
social media, these kids aren't. Remember, they did that whole no bully crap in school,
right?
which is okay. I don't believe in it. I believe the bullying to extent, not to beat up the kid who's blind. I mean, like the picking on you and stuff.
See, I feel like the kids, right, that take it to heart, right? It's like, oh, he thinks I'm fat and ugly, and takes it in too much, right?
That's bad.
Should be taught, right, that words are just that, words.
But you have to have that to have
know.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, but you
and
got to
it teaches
teach
kids
both
to-
sides.
It teaches kids to stick up for themselves. So you
You
don't have a
know.
bully asshole or a bully at fucking work who's your boss and you don't know no better because it's happened to you. You never experienced
Somebody
it before.
says, "Fuck you, fat ass." You know, I'm rubber, you're glue, bitch. Like I'm.
But now on social media, they're attacking your Insta. Same thing, your Instagram photos. Like, look at this fat girl or whatever it is. And now it's not just one person. It's everyone gets on the fucking train, and now it's like 1,000 people think I'm fat and ugly.
Right,
Like,
right. I've seen some of those that are like somebody talks shit, and then like 30 million people.
they were talking about that on some kind of news channel or interview. Like, Facebook and YouTube need to stop pinning the most person who's negative.
Right.
And that's what they're doing, like on TikTok and stuff like that. Like, so they say something negative, and because people, they hit the like button, it stays on top.
Well, it's
And
like
they need to stop.
it was like remember at the beginning of the year with TikTok, right? Oh, we don't want to share fat people's stuff.
To protect them.
So people don't make fun of
To
them.
protect them.
I was like, well, first off, when you're in the light of the community or the public,
And
or
then when you're putting it out there,
post
on the
things
internet,
online like we do, like you
there's a
have to
chance.
expect that people like Steve are going to come in and talk about Viking sex, and things of that nature, whatever Steve talks about.
Hey, it helps Steve get through the day.
And right, and just like that, that's a service you provide, right? So like that helps Steve get through the day. He's like, yeah, I went in there and got him. That's the thing that's just got to happen.
But like we talked about the second episode, like the negativity makes the people infamous, like they did with Bad Baby and
That's right.
Logan Paul at one time.
Because it's like just like that. Right, Bad Baby. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Well, she's a millionaire now.
Right, we made this girl famous because
She said, "Catch me outside."
Catch me outside. Oh, you called all the audience. Let me tell you something, okay? You can go.
And then she got her ass beat in Florida.
Anywhere, down in Florida.
She tried it.
Oh no, she lived here
I'm
and got her
saying
ass whooped here.
And that's why she goes to California.
And that's why, right? She took her ass to California because she can't handle the lifestyle she chose.
But it's not. It's not. So they made her famous, and then people noticed. So like, oh, can you rap? Oh yeah, I can rap. Okay, well we're gonna write the song for you, auto tune it, make you sound good.
Right.
And we're gonna make more money off you because people don't like you. But they're gonna watch your stuff because they don't like you, so they can attack you.
See, being in that setting when I was a kid, I know the difference between like Bad Baby 6ix9ine,
Snitch.
And then like real motherfuckers like Snoop Dogg and like
Fucking Ice Cube.
people who came from that setting.
Ice Cube, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg,
and
Dr. Dre.
Right, like there's a big difference. I don't hang out down there anymore, but man, them letter streets, boy, you go down there, get fucked up.
Only two places in Palm Beach County. There's other places, and it's Okeechobee, or Loxahatchee, and downtown Lake Worth.
Lake Worth. Well, Miami's a lot of lettered streets too.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I say Palm Beach County.
I always feel like if the street's got a letter, right, a letter or a number,
We live on 12th and A.
that's it.
Oh shit.
Then you know what? That's where you probably shouldn't be.
12th and A. You know why they're making letter streets and numbers? So it's easy to remember because you're dumb. Unless you're in New York and everything's numbered.
Everything's numbered. Well, it just gets so big, it's just easier to do the numbers and stuff like that. Oh man, but I don't know. Technology is crazy.
I guess it's always a double-sided coin. Either it can make it better, like not technology, but eventually dynamite was used for the mining, which got a Nobel Peace Prize.
Right.
And now it can also kill you.
Well, I mean, they say actually it was used for fireworks to begin with.
Well, that was in China, yeah.
Right. Well, but I mean, that's where gunpowder originated.
Well, yeah, and then we used it for nitroglycerin, which we made for mining.
Right.
And then they used it. Oh, well, this blows this up.
They turned it into guns and
that's what I'm saying.
Things they shouldn't have.
If it does this. What's his name got a Nobel Peace Prize? Albert Einstein. Knowing he helped create the atomic bomb. So it's always like a double-sided coin. You can use it for good and bad.
Motherfuckers hacked GameStop with their phones and shit. So I guess
They hacked Sony too.
Now we got these cell phones in our hand. They say they're giving us cancer from the batteries and shit. And we're attached to them all the goddamn time, getting off small bits of radiation. It's
I didn't think about that. I heard about that.
That's why you don't fuck. You just
sounds stupid though.
You talk to Sonya too much. You learn things you don't want to know about.
Thank God my phone's always down. I always talk like this.
I can't hear mine, so I'm like,
hello? I'm on speaker. Yes, mine too.
Like, totally fucking up.
Or next one you might like. Okay. What's the best sitcom, past or present?
Ooh. See, that's difficult too, because I watch a lot of sitcoms. I mean, mainly I bounce between like Big Bang, How I Met Your Mother.
I think How I Met... Well, The Office was a comedy sitcom. But I think How You Met Your Mother was one of the most unique... Not unique. It was, it's kind of like Friends or like Seinfeld, but it had its own thing to it.
That 70s show was all right. I didn't really...
Well, they tried to do it again with the 80s show, and they couldn't match the same chemistry.
That 80s show.
Well, again, you have to have the right actors. with the right chemistry, the right setting, the right producer.
That
director.
2010 show, it's all the old actors just old as fuck.
But like, because all sitcoms basically are based off like from, the Jeffersons, Bill Cosby Show.
Bill Cosby Show.
Pudding.
Worst part is you can't even say you like that show.
What was it? The To the Moon Alice. I Love Lucy. But for me, I think it's How I Met Your Mother.
Is that what you think?
You grew a lot with the characters. Like the hard second is Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's the thing. You grow with your television characters and stuff like that, and you get to see all that's going on. So
But the only thing that made me mad about sitcoms is like it always worked out for them.
always worked out.
Like Hyde, like he wasn't that homeless anymore. No, he's this orphan kid, and now he's like, I'm gonna go off to do this, and
That's not always true. It doesn't
it's not
always work
true.
out.
Like where he took his money, like Red saved his money. Like every time he paid rent, Red put it in a bank account, and he's like, I'm moving out. And he's like, here's a check. It's all the rent you paid. Because
Right.
in the 70s, I guess you didn't need the money.
Nobody does that.
And then he took that to buy Green Bay Packer tickets for Red, so they would stay instead of move to Florida.
Fucking crazy.
But it's always the end thing. Like he's gonna go buy a bait shop with his neighbor. Like it just works out. Or what was it in Boy Meets World? His dad was a supermarket manager, but somehow they could send 3 kids to college.
somehow make it work.
And he was always home, so it's like, what hours do you work? But that's the basis of a sitcom. You're writing a story for that character to work out in the end. That's why you get the greatest, season finale.
Right.
Big Bang Theory, he finally got.
Why people watch,
The only thing I hate about How I Met Your Mother is the last season. Fucking.
You were very upset about that season. You got the whole season with the mother, and you're upset.
Well, no, you didn't. You got 3 episodes. I don't hear that shit.
What are you talking about?
The whole last season was Barney and Robin getting married every day. It wasn't like it
was.
Oh no, every hour.
Yeah,
leading up to the marriage or whatever. And
they
then
did
the
it
last
like
3
24.
episodes. And then he gets her, and the next episode she fucking dies.
Yeah, that's
And then it's all about Robin.
That's
the
why
fuck?
they were telling the story. And yeah, it was all about Robin. It was kind of weird. But
You're asking your kids permission to date Robin again? Like,
I didn't have nothing better to do but ask my kids. See, I like
the kids are older than the mother. Like,
right? Yeah, at that point, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go bang your aunt.
And not
Robin.
once did we see
I
Bob
guess how that could be
we
confusing.
didn't see Bob Saget.
Not once did we.
Old Ted comes. Yes, it's Ted. It's not Bob Saget.
Didn't see Bob Saget not once.
But Big Bang Theory, it made sense. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it in the last 5 years as it's ended. But his whole purpose of the show was to get a Nobel Peace Prize. Ever since he was a kid on Young Sheldon.
See, I like to watch it from Penny's point of view, right? Like
I like how she was so like his Meemaw. He compared Penny to his Meemaw.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, I like to, because like it's like with Doctor Who when it restarted with the one guy who only had the 1 season.
Oh, Eccleston.
Right. They weren't looking at it from his point of view.
Rose's.
They were looking at it from Rose's. So I like to go back and watch Big Bang and just focus on like Penny's aspect.
How one side of the building has 2 bedrooms and the other side only has 1.
Right.
And a physicist can live in this one, and you can work at a cheesecake factory in this one.
Right.
Which is good. She evolved too. She went to college for a little bit, and then she got the job in the pharmaceutical thing.
Right. That was the funniest shit, bro. And he's like, you're more mature than me, and you make more money now. Jesus.
I married a good one.
She's like, do you want me to do something stupid, like go to Kevin Smith's interview and try to get my acting career started? He's like, yes, thank you. Will's like, did you see what just happened here? Yes, I did. It was good.
But like I said, the whole purpose of Young Sheldon was him to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
Right.
And he did. And I'm like, see, and every character after it was growing. Howard went to space.
I mean, our whole purpose when we started this was to get motherfucker like Steve in here, talking shit.
Steve,
You know?
You weren't the first hater, by the way. Adam had a hater.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that dude that fucking hated Adam. And we got rid of Adam, and he's not here. The dude's not here either. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was Adam's fan.
As Adam's fan left. We really like Adam's face.
But How I Met Your Mother.
I missed our pissed off Adam rants.
Adam rants. He just goes on.
Should have started a whole series of just.
He does. Oh, he does on Facebook now. He's been ranting.
But that's the end of our show. We're not.
That is.
Not gonna get into that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit your notification buttons down below. Don't forget that this month is August, and it is National Back to School Month, which I think everyone's gone back to school. I think it's today that they.
It is.
Some people are starting today. Some I think next week.
I know, public schools today in Palm Beach County.
Right. Yeah, but private schools are always a week or two later.
Or earlier.
Yeah. It just depends on the school. And as such, our charity for this month is the Kids in Need Foundation, which you'll find in the link down below.
We also have a Josh and DJ in need.
We also have an audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcast needs.
And we go live every Tuesday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. and Wednesdays between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Right, if Tabitha feels up to it.
Yes. Last week we missed it.
I do it no matter whether we feel up to it or not.
He
I should have
does.
just come up and done Wednesday, just signed in, done everything.
Bro, well, as soon as you left, I passed out.
Would have been the greatest show. Just DJ, some news.
And Josh sleeping on camera.
And Josh sleeping on camera. That'd be fun. Josh just wake up and go, huh? What about pizza?
When did you get in here?
Like,
So stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.